Hello everyone, it's Lizzie from Lizzie's World of Gems. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here to make your diamond painting experience more awesome. So let's start with today's diamond painting. I am doing Captured by Radiance. It is a Canadian American company slash, because there's two owners. One lives in Canada, one lives in the United States. And I'm working on Holy Light Church by Dominic Davidson. They are a licensed company. If you are new to my channel and you've never heard of Captured by Radiance, I do have a code. It is Lizzie22 for 15% off any orders over $50 USA. If you want to go check them out, the links are all down below. And go check them out. They have a huge sale going on their old canvases. They're not the same quality as this canvas because this is the new canvas. This is the rendered new canvases. The old stock isn't, but I assure you that I have done lots of them other than the first batch. The first batch I did not start any of those. I do have one in my stash, but I haven't actually diamond painted it. But I have completed a lot of Captured by Radiance this year, and trust me, I am not disappointed by any of the pictures that I did from them. And if you go back, even in my shorts, I do have like 3 Captured by Radiance in my shorts alone. So go check them out. I'm sorry, my nose is a little bit stuffy. I don't know why, but I just wanted to show you, like, I started the first stained glass window of the church and the cross, and I changed out some of the tree with some white ABs instead of a gray it's supposed to be. And I think I just made this picture come even more to life. I am in love with this picture, and I'd like you guys to come see it too, because I can't wait for this one to be done. I've been working on it kind of like slowly. You know, it's already December 8th. I gotta do my Christmas premiere too. I'll probably be around this area that I started, because I have to film it this weekend. I have to get it done. So yeah, that is what I'll be talking about too. I talked about my painting. I'm using my pen. This is from a Canadian Etsy shop. It's called Pen Pals Creations. She doesn't have any Christmas ones on there right now that I see, but I could be lying because I haven't gone back to check her Etsy page in a while. And I have my tray here from Firefly. It's my favorite tray of 2023. Definitely love these trays. I have 2 different kinds of their trays, and definitely the best tray of 2023 in my opinion alone. I have this Trinket tray that I don't talk about much, but it came from an Etsy shop as well, a Canadian one on Etsy. I don't remember the name of the Etsy shop, I'm sorry. And this one I got at the flea market here in town. I was hoping when I went to the craft show the other day that I was going to find some more of these at the craft show, but I do not. But you know what? There is a Canadian, if you are Canadian and you follow me, and even if you're American, you know, the prices are good for you guys as well. But Jenny's Diamond Painting, is that her name? Angie, sorry. Angie's Crafting with Diamonds. Sorry, Angie. I do apologize. Angie's Crafting with Diamonds. She has some of these for sale. And she's from British Columbia. So if you're Canadian, you know, instead of buying from American, because I know Lexi, okay, if you're American, Lexi sells them as well. But I'm just trying to give people options for shipping, you know. Lexi, if you're in the United States, and if you're in Canada. Now, Angie's Crafting with Diamonds also does them as well. And I want to get one from her. I just have to figure out how we do it. I think you go on her Facebook page, because she doesn't have an Etsy shop. But do reach out to her if you would like one. Okay, so I'm gonna start this section here. Omar will come to visit. I think I'm gonna do the O's next. Is that the highest setting? No, I hate doing that. Okay, it's really early in the morning, guys. I do apologize. I'm still half asleep. I did film one halfway through the week, and I got interrupted. Now we're gonna hear Merlo scratch. Merlo, go please. Just go do your own thing. This cat is always up my butt. I don't know if he just misses. There, Alyssa. I don't know. So if you're new to my channel, because I did get a few new subscribers, if I did, welcome. So the way I'm going to make your life awesome this week, your diamond painting experience awesome this week, is by a Wip&Chat, which means whip in progress. So I'm going to work on my whip, which is this one that I told you at the beginning of the show. Do you call this a show? My Wip&Chat. And yeah, we're going to continue on working on this, and I'm going to talk a little bit. I am going to tell you what happened to my good friend Cynthia. Well, she was my good friend Cynthia. She is no longer with us. I am going to talk about that a little bit. It might trigger some people, so I'm just giving you a warning right now that it is about domestic violence. So if you're not cool with that, you can just fast forward that part of my video. But for now, I'm going to talk a little bit about my week. I have to do my Christmas premiere this weekend. It's my weekend off. I was hoping to get some filming done. So this week was a busy week for me, and this is why I didn't get any videos out till today. So the last 2 days I was off, the Monday and the Tuesday, my daughter moved out on the weekend, last weekend. And, you know, I wanted to put my living room back the way I used to have it or whatever. And then I decided that Alyssa really wants to move back upstairs. So I decided that I was going to move my bedroom and Clem's bedroom, like both of our bedroom, into where Sarah's bedroom was, and use Luna's room as a closet, because we live in an old house and there isn't very much closet space in this house. And Luna's room was really is small. It would be like a master bedroom size closet, you know, like a walk-in closet. So we did that, and we made it into a walk-in closet for us. And I moved all my stuff from my bedroom and cleaned up. She left a mess, and I called her and I bugged her. I'm like, come get this mess, because, you know, I have to get my life in order too. Like my bedroom before was okay when I just lived in it. It was just me in that bedroom, and not me and my craft stuff. Remember when I had my craft stuff in there a year ago or whatever, and it was just too cluttered. I couldn't move in that room. I felt like I was going to die because I gave my daughter a place to live. And I should have done that from the beginning. I should have made that my bedroom. But then Luna would have been beside me, so that probably wouldn't have worked. Or we could have put Luna in the craft room instead of them putting... You know, it came to the point where her and her boyfriend were monopolizing the majority of my house. Like, this craft room was her. They put their desk and their computer and everything in it, you know, and I'm thinking, why do they have all this room in my house? So I put a stop to that. I'm like, no, I'm gonna make that my craft room because I need my own space. So I did that. I moved my craft room in here, and life was so much better for me. Now I moved my bedroom over there. It looks so much neater, and our clothes isn't like, I was starting to feel like I was on an episode of Hoarders in our bedroom. So it looks so much better. And I put the bird, I know, in my bedroom, but the bedroom is huge. Like, you don't understand. It used to be my living room. So I have him right by the big bay window, and I think he's happy there. I think Flo likes it there. So I think I made a good decision there. Marlo likes to hang out by the big bay window as well. I have like a little sitting bench there with some pillows on it, and he likes to go sit over there, lie down, have a nap, whatever. And yeah, that is what's been going on in my world. So I've been doing that and trying to clean up my house. The bedroom is not cleared out for Alyssa yet. There's still a desk in there that I think Clem and Sarah have to move today over to her new place, which she moved into my sister's other house with my niece and her 2 kids. So I know she's safe over there with them, and they're all living hopefully in harmony. And Luna seems to like it over there. Well, obviously she has other kids to play with. It's just not her. She's got her cousins. So I think they're all happy over there. I hope so. You know, they could turn into hating each other because they live together. But it is what it is. So I went to... She came back. I helped. I started cleaning up her mess, putting all her stuff in a pile. And she came and got the rest of her stuff. I cleaned the room. I got my room all done. But I haven't hung anything on the walls. Now, my old room, remember when I used to have that collage behind my bed? Not behind my bed, behind my craft table and all that. Actually, it's still standing in there. Believe it or not. But I'm sure Alyssa will rip it all down when she moves in there. But that's fine. Like, she can have her whatever. I have to figure out what I'm going to do with some of those diamond paintings, because those ones were kind of one of my favorites, right? And I have new ones here in the new craft room. And I have more to put up. I just haven't got around to doing it. I keep on saying that I'm going to do it, but I haven't. This is always something else comes up. Always something else. And then I'm thinking, no, I want to put this painting instead up, not this one. And then I get so confused and I don't know what I'm going to put up anymore. So, yeah. That's my story. And I'm sticking to it. So that is what I've been up to this week. That's why there was really no videos, other than there's release papers of the Grinch that I got off of an Etsy store in Canada. She's based out of Alberta. There is also a release company based out of Ontario, in London, Ontario. I do have some videos of her. It's called, I think, Bees Crafts on Etsy. If you look, I opened them up not too long ago. So if you scroll down my video list, you might find them. So there is another option for us Canadians. And if you're in the United States, Crashly, everybody knows Crashly sells release papers as well. I have bought from Crashly as well. but I wanted to find a cheaper alternative for Canadians. You know, everybody has to have a piece of the pie too. Okay, now I'm gonna go to 6. Oh no, I'm not. I still found some O's over here. Oh, I forgot to do the dots. I call them dots. Before I went on to the blue. So I'm gonna have to do the dots next. See, here's a lot of that one I've been substituting. It seems to be a lot, and I don't know if I should. I think I should. I don't know. I'm confused. It don't take much to confuse me, guys, honestly. So, on Tuesday was the last. Okay, this is where it could be triggering to people. I am going to talk about a true crime scenario. It's about a close friend of mine that was murdered. So if this will trigger you, then fast forward until you don't hear me say anything anymore about this, because it's going to be brief. It's not going to be too long anyway. So I could probably put a stamp in if you really want me to, but that causes me to actually listen back to my videos, and then it might not be posted. Just telling you, forsaking right now. So, okay. It was on Tuesday was the day that sentencing was finally out for. Oh, there's lots of O's over here, Liz. What are you talking about? For the man that killed my friend. His name was Stephen Thompson. He was from I was gonna say he was from Chatham, Kent. Chatham. And he was sentenced to life, 25 years, with the possibility of parole in 14 years. Now, my friend Cynthia was seeing this guy. The relationship didn't last very long. I think in the court hearing, we heard 2 to 3 months. 2 weeks prior to him murdering her, he beat her up really, really bad. None of us knew about him. None of us knew she got beat up because she told everybody that she was in a car accident with one of her girlfriends, and that's how she got her face all bruised up. Now, none of the family knew that this was going on, so it was quite shocking to us all when, you know, the Chatham police came to her house and said, "Is this your car?" to her husband, Brian. And Brian's like, "Yeah, that's my car, but where's my wife?" And then later that day, we find out that she was murdered. And he kept her in the house. He left her there for 3 days, went on a binge with her car, and was caught basically by the cops with her car. And they're asked, "Where is the Cynthia Sites that owns this car?" And then he broke down and said, "Well, she's dead. I killed her. She's in my apartment." So that is why they did the wellness check. At first I thought it was a neighbor, but no, the wellness check was done because he actually told on himself that he did it, because I think he finally realized, like, there's no way out of this. I have a dead body in my apartment. How am I going to explain this dead body in my apartment? You know, he basically surrendered himself because he didn't know what to do. He didn't think this through, obviously. He did stab my friend Cynthia 21 times. 16 of them were... Oh, that was supposed to be there. I dropped one though over right here. 16 of them were defensive wounds. He murdered her very, very brutally. It was awful, all because he saw something on her phone that he did not like. Now, I don't know what possesses a person to kill someone because they don't like a text message. Like, could you imagine, you know, if your significant other or even your boyfriend or your lover, in this case was a lover, even though I don't like to like physically come out and say it, but it is true, finds a text on your phone and just snaps. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand the logic of it, but it did happen, and she died very very cruel and senseless death. That she, you know, she was a good person, you know, even though she was doing what she was doing, doesn't justify a person not being a good person, because she was a good person. She had a good heart. She'd do anything for you. She bought me a stove, and her and her husband bought me a stove off of, you know, Kijiji, because at the time it was just me and the kids here and I couldn't afford to get my oven fixed. And she went out and got me a gas stove, brought it. She didn't, and I asked her, how much did you pay for this? Because it was used. She's like, don't worry about it. I just want you and the kids to have a stove, like things like that. Of course, now I don't have that stove anymore. I was very sad when I let it go, because I let the stove go after she had been murdered already. And I felt like bad because, you know, I do have a brand new stove now, and I know she would love that I have a brand new stove, because that's just the person she was. Sorry, I didn't want to cry. I loved her so much. Hold on. I'm back, guys. Hopefully I'm better now. And there's a train. All aboard the Lizzie Express. It's coming by. That is one of the downfalls of living here. So you hear the train a lot. Okay, I'm going to do the 6s now while we talk a little bit more. I know I got a little bit emotional there. It's hard for me. There's a lot that I haven't gone emotional, because to me it doesn't feel real. I didn't see a body. I didn't see, you know, I didn't mourn over, you know, a loss like that of her. So it was hard. It was hard. We weren't allowed to see the body because obviously it was already decomposing by the time they found her, you know, so it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty at all. And they didn't want anybody, not even her husband, to see what she looked like. So that was hard to close as well, to have closure as well that way. One thing about Cynthia, she loved her son. She only had one child, and she loved him with all her heart. Like, she would always brag about how beautiful her son was and how smart he was and how she wanted him to have something accomplished in his life. You know, he was her pride and joy, because he was the only child she ever had. And I seen him in court the last time I went. I didn't go to the sentencing, the last one, because Clem's mom had an appointment, so we couldn't go. And I knew it was just like, I went for the impact statements. That happened a month ago. You know, I was there for all of that. So I knew it was just whether, you know, we already knew he pled guilty to second-degree murder. So we already knew he was going to get 25 to life. That was an automatic. But what was weathering how long he had to wait before he could apply for parole. So that was the decision. His attorney wanted 13 years and then possibility of parole. And the Crown, because in Canada the Crown is what you guys call the district attorneys or whatever you guys call it in the States. The Crown wanted 16 years before the possibility of parole, and the judge came back with, I wish I had his quote, because there is a news article about it. I don't know if I'd be dinged if I played it, because it is the news station. I don't know if I'd get dinged playing it on here, but I could play it in the background if you guys wanted to hear the news report of it. The judge did say it was an awful crime of domestic violence. You know, that really bothered me when they said domestic violence all the time, because I'm like, he wasn't her, like, he thought he was her boyfriend, but he wasn't. Like, you know, that's what makes me angry. Like, is he mad because he found out she was married and she didn't tell him, and that's what he found on her phone? Like, I don't know. I really want to know why is it irking me so much about the phone? And her sister too, like Jessica, it's irking both of us. Like, what was on the phone? So, I called Jessica because he said, sorry, I couldn't make it to it. So she called me to tell me what happened. And she said he wrote us a letter. So, the accused wrote them a letter, the family a letter. I really like to hear the whole letter. I think her dad has the letter. Like, someday I'm gonna ask Jessica if they can read it to me. Because it did not. She just told me some parts of it. And he says that he feels a lot of remorse for what he did. He can't take back what he did. But he's truly sorry. He hopes they could forgive him. He loved her. How can you love somebody and do that? Like in court, he also says he loved her so much, and sometimes he hated her. And then he said something in the letter about he didn't believe that Jessica was sick when, I guess Cynthia told her, you know, I have to go with my sister to this doctor's appointment, that doctor's appointment, because I'm sick. He must have not believed her, but it was true. And I think, like, Jessica can't remember what she wrote in her impact statement. I know she had it written down, so I don't know why she doesn't go look, but I'm pretty sure in her impact statement, she said that she was ill and Cynthia went with her to her appointments. I'm pretty sure I heard all that in her impact statement. And then he mentioned it in the letter that, you know, oh, it is true. I didn't believe your sister when she said that. But yeah. His lawyer pissed me off too. He's like, oh, I didn't like him. And he's like, he feels so much remorse of what he did. Yeah, well, I'm having a really hard time with that too, because, you know, it's not like, oh, sorry, I hit you with my bike, like, as a kid, or I punched you as a kid. Like, I'm sorry, you know. You can't take that back. I don't know. Just my thoughts. I'm sure people, like, you know, have their own opinions as well. And Jessica wants to go sometime go talk to him in jail. She wants me to come with him. I don't know if I can, but because I feel so much like, I hope he never gets parole. I hope he rots in jail the whole time. That was rude. That was the most violent way to die. For no reason. For no reason. Like, it was senseless. And I don't get it. And it haunts me every day, especially at work. There's a lot of times at work I just think. And then what I'm thinking is what she went through. It's hard. It's hard. You know, you listen to, like, I love true crime. You know that. Everybody that's been watching me for a while on my channel knows that I love to watch true crime stuff. But when it happens, you know, and it didn't happen in a way like a lot of the true crime that you watch on TV is, because usually they haven't found the murderer yet. This one actually confessed to it right away. So, and then that's another thing, as Laura said, well, you know, her family should be grateful because he, you know, and they should find lenience on him in court because he did give himself up. I don't care if you gave yourself up or not. You should know you killed somebody. You should never be able to walk amongst anybody else ever again. Like, especially the way you did it. Like, I'm not saying if, you know, you murder somebody by accident, but you still murder them, like, say, like, driving or whatever, and you get manslaughter. That's different, I think, than actually physically stabbing a person 21 times. Who does that? Like, you watch it on video shows, you see it on true crime shows all the time. And I don't get it. I don't get how people can be so, even serial killers, like, I can't believe they can be. So now he can go live with Paul Bernardo in jail for the rest of his life. I don't know. I don't know if that's where he's going, but I'm just saying, I don't know where he's going. He might not even be in the province. They might put him somewhere else. I don't know where they're going to house him. I'm sure they have to tell her family where he is going. Yeah. So, anyway, that is all I'm going to talk about the case, her, my friend. It's a new year. It's been over a year now since this happened. July 1st will be 2 years come this July. Coming up in the new year. So, I miss her because, you know, she always invited me to her family Christmas, me and Alyssa, because we had nowhere really to go on Christmas Day. So that was another thing. Oh, I have a horrible story about that too. Oh, on my way to Cynthia's. The time that this happened, I used to drive, okay? Don't laugh. I used to drive a lime green Volkswagen Beetle. Oh, I love that car. Lime green. It was so beautiful. And I used to have the daisies in there and everything. I love that car. Anyway, it was a piece of poop. Honestly, excuse my French. It was a lemon. Literally, I bought it off of some college girl. I always wanted one, so I can say I owned one at one time in my life. That's all I really wanted. But anyways, I had this car. I felt like I was always taking it to the mechanics to get this or that fixed on it, whatever. He fixed the exhaust on it, but obviously he didn't fix the exhaust good enough. The stupid exhaust fell off. But it was like running crazy. It wasn't shifting gears. It was a standard. It would come and go, and then I thought, oh, I can go to Petrolia, but it started acting really weird on the way to Petrolia. And when I got there, I turned around and I said, Cynthia, I'm sorry, but I'm scared to drive this thing home. I think me and Alyssa should go home now and make sure we make it home on time. So I went the back way instead of the highway this time because it not shifting on the highway really scared me. And I went the back way through Watford and everything back home. Once we got to Watford, which is about maybe 20 minutes away from Strathroy, isn't there exhaust fumes coming into the car? So, you know, people can die that way with it going into the car. And I put a scarf on Alyssa. Like, I went outside, I couldn't see because, you know, beetle bugs are so low to the ground. I'm like, we gotta make it home. I just want to make it home safe. I opened up the sunroof. This is like Christmas Day. I opened up the sunroof of the car. We opened up all the windows. I made Alyssa put a scarf over her face. I was trying to like block it from coming into the car in the cracks, and we drove as fast as I could home. I parked that Beetle in my driveway, and I said, nope, I'm never driving you again. This was it. This is done. We ended up not having Christmas dinner that day. Oh, at the time Tyler was dating this really cool chick. And she brought us dinner from her parents' house because we didn't have any dinner for Christmas because we missed out because of the car. So I ended up going to the Ford dealership, and that's how I got my Ford Fiesta. And then I ended up with a Ford Focus, and I wish I had still had my Fiesta. But it was red and it kept on getting into accidents. Like, the first one wasn't my fault, but the second one was, and I'm like, this car is like an accident death prone to me. So I switched it up with my Focus, which my daughter Sarah drives, and she hasn't given, she told me she was going to give it back to me on the 6th. And then she said, and then I thought it was the 6th of December, which is like Wednesday. No. January. I'm like, what? So, yeah. I ain't getting my car back until January 6th. Then I'm going to take her off of my insurance because I have pay an arm and a leg right now on insurance because she's on it. And, she's taken her, I guess her dad's given her his old car because he doesn't need it. So, she's getting that from him. I don't know if it's any good of a car, but I don't care. But she's run my car to the ground. I'm not even joking. And Marlowe's back again. I don't know what he wants. That cat is so, how do you say it? Thriving for attention all the time. Aren't you, Mar? Yeah, you are. So, yeah. That is what's going on in my life. I know, my life's crazy. And I know I jump around and I go here, there, and everywhere. I'm also using my art dots. I didn't show you guys, but this is what happens when you don't have those inserts, like T-Mom sells. I should really buy one off of her, because they're always falling on me. The struggles of diamond painting is real. The struggles are real, people. They are real. The only nice part about Sarah and Luna not living here anymore. Because I feel this is short one or something. No. That's right. The only thing that I'm not missing about them living here is that she can't get into my drills. I don't know. She's done it twice to me now with 2 paintings. And thought my tray was like a collage of all the different drills poured into it. I love my granddaughter, but that day I wanted to and she didn't get it. She didn't know what she was doing. I said, that was bad. And she just looks at me like, yeah, so what's your point? She went in, and she always did it when I wasn't home. When her mom was watching her. How surprising. Shows you how much she pays attention to her sometimes. Ugh. But what can I say? Alyssa, when she was younger, she was 2. She was already walking. We lived in this townhouse over on the other side of town. And we had this dog. I hated this dog. But anyways, we had this dog that I ended up giving away, and he came back. He ran away from that house and came back to my house. It's like, damn, these pets just don't want to leave me. Anyway, this dog was in the kitchen. He was just like one of those little tiny dogs. I don't think he was a Shih Tzu, but he was maybe was he a Maltese? I can't remember what he was. But it was from a girl that passed away with cancer, and she gave me her dog. Then I felt bad giving it away, but that dog, I couldn't. I worked long hours. I couldn't take care of him. So I gave him to a couple that wanted him. But anyways, that's not the story I'm telling. So, Alyssa was in the kitchen with the dog, and she's being really quiet. Like, what is she up to? Yeah, she took the margarine container and buttered in like speared margarine all over the dog from head to toe. Like, I'm like, Alyssa! That was one thing she did bad when she was a child. Another time was I was at work, and I still have this TV. It's actually in my bedroom now. It was a living room TV, and she decided she's going to put frosting all on the TV. For what reason, I do not know. But the frosting stuck in those buttons on the side of the TV for so long that the volume would just like randomly go up to 100%, and the TV would be blaring at you. And the only way I could turn it down was by tipping it on its side. I don't know. It was weird. But if I used the remote, it would work. But if I didn't have the remote, I had to tip it on its side to put it up or down. But guess what? The icing must have worn out those buttons, because now the TV works just fine again. See? I didn't have to throw it out or anything. Just a little bit of melting of the frosting, and it's all better. Yeah, those are the 2 horrible things that Alyssa did when she was a baby. Yeah. And that time Sarah and Tyler were teenagers. So they were supposed to be watching their sister while I was at work. Yeah. Shows you how much they were paying attention to her back then as well. They'd have to pick her up from school and bring her home, which we don't live very far from the school. She's the only child I had that attended a school from junior kindergarten to grade 8 without having to move, like, because we used to move a lot because I've been living in this house ever since she started public school. So yeah. And she only went to one public school, she only went to one high school, and now she's at Niagara College. And, you know, she has a lot of, I'm so proud of her because, you know, she has a lot of anxiety issues, and she seems to overpass them a little bit there. So I'm happy that she feels better. Like, not that she feels better, but I'm happy that she knows how to, like, live with her condition of anxiety, because I know some people just hide away in the house, and I don't want her to be like that. I want her to, you know, conquer her issues. And, you know, one thing is taking the bus. She has big anxiety about taking the bus. She has done it, you know, the city buses. And, you know, I said, oh, do you still want to live in Niagara? She's like, well, I'm rethinking it now because I don't like the city buses. Yeah, that's, you know, one of the things you have to deal with in city living if you don't have a vehicle, right? But anyways, I think I've talked your guys' ears off enough for one day, and I'm gonna let you guys go. I know this video was off and on a ranch on everything, and it wasn't very Christmassy, but I promise you my Christmas premiere on Boxing Day. If you're American and you don't understand what Boxing Day is, I'm going to explain it a little bit in my video, and it is on the 26th, the day after Christmas at 8 p.m. So please come out to my premiere and show me some love. I would be very much appreciated if you did so. So until next time, I hope your diamond painting experience is as awesome as mine is, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Well, folks, that's it for today's video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. And if you like, please subscribe to my channel. I'd be super tickle pink. And remember to hit that notification bell and it will remind you whenever I load up a video. And till next time, take care, everyone. Bye.